What is happening, my YouTube family? Welcome to another edition of I Got a New Name, LJTV. You know, I was struggling to come up with a name for this channel, and I was just sitting around like, what can I name this? I mean, Larry Jr. 661 was cool, but I need something more profound, and I want to have an umbrella of everything, like what I'm going to talk about on this channel. So today we're going to be dropping some knowledge on you. Sunday I was having a conversation about money, your own wealth, owning your own businesses or businesses, houses and things like that. And there was one particular video that I was pointed to of Damon Dash. Actually, it was him and I think DJ Envy. They're clashing on is what it's like to be your own boss. And he's saying, I am my own boss. He's saying, no, you're not. And it's a very good argument that I found like to be very interesting. So let's get into this video, and I'm going to react to it and comment on it. And I want you to guys react in the comment. Leave the comments down below.
Talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy.
So here, he said, having a boss is just like calling somebody daddy. That hurt me, actually. You know, working in the corporate world, I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's understandable, but you always want to do what you got to do to get to the next level. I understand not everybody's cut out to be their own boss or on their own, but this video is mainly for those who do want to own their own and need some advice on how to get that and the mentality that you need to have. I listen very closely to it because I'm working towards my own. You know, the job that I have, I've been there a little too long. I overstayed my welcome pretty much. So, and this kind of rekindled the fire that I've been looking for to get out of my situation. Let's continue.
How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem. Oh, okay. Put it like this.
Because you're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want. It's called consignment.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using
you don't
this.
own it.
I'm telling you.
No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me answer your
I'm
question.
listening.
Can you give it to your son?
Can I give what to my son?
Whatever you
Shares
working
of this
for.
company? I
Yeah.
absolutely positively can.
How?
Why? Because I own shares of this company.
You bought them?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
This
to
full
you?
company is
I'm
not
asking
my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But I own
wait,
shares
stop.
of this company.
Listen. That's
I'm
not my
listening.
question. If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right. You don't own this.
But I can take
Stop.
the money from here to invest in myself.
So he's saying here, or DJ Envy says, okay, I own shares of this radio company that I'm at right now. Damon's saying, do you own this company? DJ Envy says, yeah, I own it. He said, can you give it to your son? He says, no, I can't give it to my son. Well, you don't own it. So he's letting DJ Envy know that all this work you've been putting in, you're never going to own this place at any day. They can tell you you're fired, and just that's it. So those are my thoughts on that segment. Next.
It's not yours. I'm not going to fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not going to build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can all that.
See, but I'm not
no,
fighting for
listen,
this company,
listen,
though.
what I'm saying.
But what about taking the money?
You come to
the same
work
way you
every
took the
day.
money from Def Jam.
I didn't take,
or
wait, stop. Don't say, you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about. I ain't take no money from Def Jam. What you talking
When I mean
about?
take, I mean they cut you a check.
No, they didn't cut me a check. We had a formula based on performance. And they calculated and we got paid.
That's
and they
us.
would stop. That's not us.
That's what we
No,
doing.
no. We listen. Before we had Rockefeller. We put up our own money for Rockefeller, right?
Okay.
Then we sold half of it. We became partners. So that means no one gave us anything. We were 50-50 partners. We built something and sold it. That doesn't mean you work for somebody. See, they let you believe that. So then what happened was, based on a formula. You want to know what a formula is? It was profit times a certain number. So if you make this much profit times 7, that's how much your number is.
Okay.
Based on that formula, they bought the rest. That's it. That's not nobody.
I've noticed that Dame gets a lot of hate. They see he's like, you know, -2 million in the hole and all that kind of stuff. But the man, he does have legit business sense. And when he was with Rockefeller Records, and they built Rockefeller Records, him and Jay-Z, and they had a partnership and they split it 50-50. Dame went this way, Jay-Z went that way. And Dame, I guess growing up, he never wanted to work for anybody. Not everybody has a strong mentality like that, and he has been called arrogant and different things, but I can't blame the guy for not wanting to work for no one else. That's what most of us want to strive to, but we do get stuck. That's just the reality of it, but I'm here to encourage you to not get stuck at something that you don't like doing. Trust me, it becomes toxic after a while. I'm a living witness of that. Let's continue the video.
But I put up way more money than Def Jam put up. Me, Biggs, and Jay put way more money up into Def Jam. I mean, rather into Rockefeller than Def Jam. All they did was collect our money. What you mean? Why you think Def Jam? First of all, when we were with Def Jam, they were bought by Universal. How you gonna call Def? How you gonna think someone that's bought by someone could be someone's boss? That's my point. You have to understand what you're doing in business, because you got to do what's best for your kids. What's best for your kids is to put your money into something, distress, go through all of it. So when your child becomes a man, he doesn't have to work for nobody.
Right, well, that's the
you
whole
can
thing.
just pass it to him.
Now you talk about
So if you're going to work 20 years in a business or 15 years in a business every day over and over again, and your son can't work here whenever he feel like it, you clowning to me.
I don't want him to work
But that's
here. That's the
not
thing.
saying you,
I'm
if
here
you
because
owned
I
it. Wait a
enjoy it.
second.
I'm here because I
Time
enjoy it.
out.
I don't need a check
That's
here.
stupid. You should
That's
be.
like Murder Moose.
Time
He
out.
rap because he enjoy it, not because he want a check.
You're wrong.
I'm here because
I like
I
the
enjoy
check.
it.
Wait, time out.
I'm here because
Time
I
out.
enjoy it.
Time
I
out.
don't need a
You're
check.
lying.
No, I'm serious. I don't need a
Before
check.
you lose your control,
No,
just
you say
stay
you do your
focused.
like you say, do your
So
homework.
here, listen
Do
to
your
me.
homework. I'm
So
working because I
why don't you
enjoy it.
listen?
DJ even got a little bit butthurt when he said he can't pass this company on to his son. He's there. He's getting his check. He's there 15, 20 years, and then that's it. There's nothing. He's speaking mainly on our sons, you know, and that's one thing I wanna do, like for my sons, is, you know, be able to pass something down through the generations and the generations. I don't want to work for a company I'm never gonna own, and get old and get tired. Might get fired. Get your little 25-cent raise here and there, and just be breaking my back pretty much for nothing. Let's continue the video.
I'm working for free.
Who could work? Would you ever enjoy being a slave?
It's not a slave. This is what I enjoy.
I don't think this is
enjoy
slavery,
DJing.
Dave.
Do you have
I
to come to
enjoy
work today?
producers.
Do you
I
have a
enjoy
choice? Do you have to ask somebody
to
when
do
you have to?
anything.
Yes,
I
you do.
don't. I don't.
Or
I
you're
honestly
fired.
don't.
Can somebody tell you you
I
fired?
honestly don't.
Can somebody tell you you fired? Yes or no?
And be good.
Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that. And that's priceless to me.
But I'm here because I
don't
enjoy
care.
it.
You enjoy
Because
having
I
a man
enjoy
be
it.
able
I
to tell
work
you you
here as much
fired.
as I want.
But you
You
have-
enjoy.
need
Okay,
the
let me
check.
ask you a
I'm not here for
question.
the
So
check.
you're being selfish.
Can another man tell you you're gonna be fired? If the answer is yes, to him, you're basically a slave to labor. So if you gotta read between the lines on him, he's trying to tell you, don't be a slave to labor. Just do what you gotta do first to eventually own your own, to create a legacy for your kids, and on down the line.
You think your son enjoys you calling somebody else a boss? Don't you think your son would rather wake up with you and you could pick him up from school instead of having to do a 9 to 5?
I pick
Don't
myself
you think?
every day.
Yeah, all right, but don't
I
you
pick
have to
myself
wake up
every
at
day.
4 in the morning? Don't you think your son would love if his name was up there, Dash, or whatever your last name is instead of somebody else's? My
Casey,
pride is
my
in my
son has a
children.
bunch
But
of-
Dave,
Like, look what
what
I'm
if
doing
you-
right now. Look at my son. I taught my son never to have a ball.
That was a hard hitter for me. You know, I think it is really important for the men, the fathers, to be there for their kids when they wake up in the morning, when they go to school, when you pick them up, you be there. I understand not everybody can do that, but that should all be a goal. In my eyes, that should all be a goal for men in general. And plus, another thing he said is to have your name up on something, and your kids will be proud to say that and to see that, and that's just encouraging in all its own.
He's 23. He owns a restaurant. He has cookies. He has equity. He busts his ass so he can pass it on to his son. If that's not what you hustling for, you're selfish. You keep saying I'm worried about my kids. You worried about you.
My kids are good.
How they
My
good?
kids
Your
are
kids
good.
aren't going to be
I have
kids.
enough investments
I feel like
where
I'm
my
in the
kids
Def
don't
Jam
have to work,
boardroom
my
and
nigga.
They
backstage.
kids, they're not supposed to work. I'm
They
saying when they
don't
men,
have
you're
to
supposed to
work.
pass them
They're not worried about a
something.
bill.
You working for another
They're
man.
They're worried about their,
See, to me,
they're
this is
worried about
retarded.
their basketball.
See,
Can we
this
ask
is the
some
comment.
questions? I feel like I'm in Def Jam's boardroom. This is not backstage. Everybody cool out for a second. But Dave, I'm going to ask you
Can I
a
have a
question.
cookie,
You're a
though?
businessman.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with taking the money from
Really
here
good.
and investing it into other stuff that we own?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Thank you.
Everybody eat a cookie. Cool
Listen.
out for a second.
I'm not mad. The mentality is this. It's frustrating because you're on the radio and this message is crazy to me. You're saying because you enjoy music or being a DJ, you enjoy having a boss. If you enjoy being a DJ, just why don't you own your own radio station and then DJ for your own radio station so your son can just get on anytime he wants? That's all I'm saying.
But it's steps
You
to it,
enjoy,
though.
yeah, no, there's no steps to it because I do it. See, you enjoy the safety and the security of a job every day.
That had to be an eye opener for DJ Envy, because he's over here arguing with Damon Dash that he owns shares of the company, he's doing what he enjoys to do, but he doesn't own what he's been doing for the longest. For all these years, he said he enjoys what he does. If you enjoy something that you do, why not own your own in what you enjoy doing instead of for someone else? Think about it.
But there's no pride in that to me. My son takes pride. My kids take pride in the fact that I have Dash Motors. And because I have that, my son said, I'm not going to ever have a boss. His mentality is different. It's just about changing mentality.
Now let me ask you a question. There's millions of people out there that don't have that opportunity and
all have the opportunity.
a boss every day. So you basically saying because they have a boss, there's no pride in that?
I think because people on the radio tell people it's okay to have a boss, they don't understand that they can have more. And because of the direct-to-consumer relationship, the internet, there's no excuse. So when I make a movie like Losada's, I don't have to ask if I could put Daniel in a movie. I just do it. I had to ask if I could put... Wait, hold on. I had to ask if I could put Cameron
And paid it full. Okay.
I don't have to ask no more. You understand? There's pride in that. It's just a pride you should have in ownership. There
So
should
how do
not
you get
be
to
a-
that platform? How do you get to the platform
By
of
putting
the...
your own money up and investing in yourself.
Right there. Right there. He has the nail on the head. The safety and security of your job keeps you there. I understand with great risk comes great reward. And not a lot of people have that type of courage to just jump off the ship and go build their own ship. You know, that is what actually happened to me at my job. I had a mentality when I went into the job just to, make ends meet because we were going through some rough times. So I up and got a job, and here I am 9.5 years later still there because it was really safe, and I kind of lost my will to own my own thing. But now here I am again. I'm like, you know what? Something has to change. I'm getting up the same routine every day. My health is deteriorating. And when I'm out there, it's like, it's almost toxic to me knowing I can do something else and do it better and actually enjoy it day by day. I enjoy getting up in the morning, recording these videos or whatever it is that you might do. It's all in the mind that, if you put your mind to something, you can achieve anything. That's a literal fact. That's fact. And for you guys out there, whoever's watching this, if you don't know where to go or what to do, I just want to tell you, the safety net will get a hold of you, but it's up to you to break it. If you gotta stay up all night doing your craft, trying to grind, or you get off work and try to excel at what you love to do, just do that, and over time it will pay off. Trust me, it will. Don't give up at all. Until next time, this is LJTV. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.